Hi, this is Vicki again, and this is a short video on method 3 for colorizing a black and white photo. This method uses the color replacement tool, which is nested underneath your brush tool in the toolbox. So by default, you'll see that. Click and hold, and you can pick the color replacement tool. Your book does a pretty good job of describing how to use this tool, but it shows you how to replace a color on an already colored image. We are starting with a black and white, so it actually starts out responding just like just like brushing with the regular brush tool. The nice thing about the color replacement tool is if you decide to go back and make changes, it will make your life a lot simpler. Now, I recommend duplicating your background. The way that you duplicate your background is to just click and drag your background down to the new layer icon, and then you'll get a background copy. If you just add an empty layer, the way we did in the beginning with the other methods, the color replacement tool will not work. So make a background copy, and then you can just choose your foreground color. You can set your options. Since we are starting with black and white, instead of selecting hue for the mode, you're going to select color for the painting mode. Then you can just paint the way you normally would. You can adjust your brush sizes just like you would with the regular brush tool. If you use your color replacement tool directly on the background, you cannot use the eraser tool. If you use your color replacement tool on a copy of your background and you make a mistake, you can use your eraser tool to go in and clean up mistakes. So I recommend making additional background copies for each element that you're painting, or at least a couple at a time. That gives you more flexibility. And the nice thing about this is once you have everything, or not even everything painted, once you have things painted and you decide you want to change the color, you don't like the initial color that you've used, with the color replacement tool, it is really easy to go back and adjust that color. So I could just choose another color, and on the same layer I can just start painting over, start in the middle because Photoshop samples these pixels, and paint outwards towards the edge. And you can paint really quickly because it's analyzing the colors that you started painting over and won't go over into something that's drastically different. That's what the tolerance is set for. The higher the tolerance, the more Photoshop looks for pixels that are like the ones that you started painting over. So this just makes it quick to replace a color that you've started with. And as you can see, I still have texture, I still have the details, and if I make a mistake, again, I can use my eraser tool to fix it. Now when you go to the next layer, the next copy, it might be useful to turn off the visibility of the copy you already painted on, and then you'll just have a fresh slate again, and you can just keep going and play around with the settings. This might be too light for this. Oops, I'm on the eraser tool. Okay, so happy painting.